Welcome all, this is Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Today's top headlines. Sigh of relief as crew member of ship anchored at Vizag port test corona negative. A 25-year-old crew member, MV Ella, a ship which reached Visakhapatnam port from the US on Wednesday, tested negative for COVID-19 on Thursday. According to Visakhapatnam Port Trust (VPT) officials, the ship carrying 50,153 metric tons of cargo arrived at 8 am and was berthed at East Quay 7 at 2 pm on Wednesday. The crew member, who hails from Haryana, was found to have been suffering from fever for the past 3 days. He was sent to government hospital for chest and communicable diseases for test. The other crew members have been instructed to be under strict quarantine, and the cargo handling personnel were asked not to unload the cargo from the ship. The VPT officials were relieved after the samples of the crew member came out negative for coronavirus. The report of the crew member of MV Ella berthed at EQ7 was received and findings were negative. Stevedores were informed to commence discharge of cargo immediately, VPT officials said. DISCOMs will benefit only if loan rates are reduced. The one-time liquidity infusion of Rs 90,000 crore announced by the Union government to help power distribution companies DISCOMs, whose revenue was severely hit by the lockdown, may not be helpful unless the Power Finance Corporation (PFC) and Rural Electrification Corporation (REC) offer loans at lower interest rate. Sources in Energy Department said the state DISCOMs borrowed loans at a much lower rate than those offered by the PFC and REC. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Wednesday announced a slew of initiatives under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, including pumping of Rs 90,000 crore through loans against state guarantee as DISCOM's revenues plummeted and the unprecedented cash flow problem was accentuated by reduced demand. According to the minister, DISCOM's payables to power generation and transmission companies are Rs 94,000 crore. So effectively, the centre says the new initiative would help clear 95% of the payables. TDP to keep mum on Andhra Pradesh-Telangana water dispute. Even as Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are embroiled in a fresh controversy over the Andhra Pradesh government's proposal to lift 3 TMC of water from Potireddupadu head regulatory upstream of the Srisailam project, the opposition TDP in the state has decided to adopt a wait-and-watch approach on the water war between the sibling states. The party leadership reportedly told members not to comment on the controversy till an appropriate time. We discussed not just the Potireddupadu issue but the negligence of the Jagan Mohan Reddy government towards irrigation projects in the Rayalaseema region. We will comment at an appropriate time, a senior TDP leader told TNIE. Leaders of the party added that both the state governments were turning an old issue into a controversial one to keep other matters on the back burner. Both chief ministers earlier said the states would share water from the Krishna and Godavari amicably, but they have now raked up a controversy over an old issue. The Andhra Pradesh government, which decided not to spend even a rupee on irrigation projects in Rayalaseema this year, is saying it will take up a new project. This is just a political ploy to divert people's attention from burning issues, the TDP leader added. Andhra Pradesh government to auction land use fund for schemes infrastructure. The state government Wednesday decided to auction mine land parcels as part of its Mission Build Andhra Pradesh initiative to promote infrastructure development and resource mobilization. The e-auction will be held on May 29 and the reserve price of this land parcels has been fixed at Rs 208.62 crore. Land parcels in Visakhapatnam and Guntur will be up for the auction in the first phase. Part of the revenue generated will be used to fund, the rest will be used to develop infrastructure in the state, an official release said. The Andhra Pradesh government with National Building Construction Corporation India Limited, a Navratna Central Public Sector undertaking under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, is auctioning vacant government land parcels through e-auction on an as-is, where-is basis in phase. 6 land parcels in Visakhapatnam and 3 in Guntur have been identified for sale in the first phase. Vizag gas leak, Rs 1 crore aid distributed to one more gas leak victim. S. Lakshmi, who lost her husband due to gas leak from LG Polymers at Venkatpuram, thanked CM Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy and ministers for immediate help. Her husband, A retired manager of Andhra Bank, S. Gangadhara Chaudhary, died at Kothalwasa while on his way to Vizianagaram after inhaling toxic fumes. Ministers K. Kannababu and Muttamsetti Srinivasa Rao and YSRC General Secretary and Rajya Sabha MP Vijay Sai Reddy handed over the cheque for Rs 1 crore to Lakshmi and her daughter on Wednesday. VMRDA Chairperson Dronam Raju Srinivas and District Collector V. Vinay Chand were also present. Speaking to media persons, Lakshmi, along with her daughter, said that they never expected that the compensation would be paid so soon. Compensation was also distributed to the gas leak victims who were discharged from the KGH here on Wednesday. Ministers Kannababu and Muttamsetti and MP Vijay Sai Reddy handed over the cheques to those who were discharged from the KGS. Kannababu said, as per the directions of Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy, 1 crore was deposited in the accounts of the legal heirs, while Rs 1 crore cheque was handed over to S. Lakshmi, wife of Andhra Bank manager S. Chaudhary. Cheques for Rs 1 lakh were distributed to 15 discharged persons. Andhra Pradesh government all set to launch 1060 new 108 ambulances on July 1. In a year, yet another step towards strengthening healthcare in the state, the Y.S. Jagannath Reddy government has decided to launch 1060 new 108 ambulances on July 1. The state government had earlier decided to replace the vehicles that were old and in a dilapidated condition. In a review meeting on COVID-19 situation in Andhra Pradesh, Chief Minister Jagannath Reddy observed that proper healthcare to all pregnant women and people with chronic diseases is a must. On July 1, as many as 1060 new 108 ambulances along with two-wheelers as part of the telemedicine program will be launched, he informed. The CM stressed the need for offering emergency treatments such as chemotherapy, dialysis and prenatal and postnatal care to pregnant women during lockdown. Officials informed him that these services were being provided and ASHA workers and villages volunteers too were engaged in the same. Meanwhile, the Chief Minister asked the officials to clear all pending dues to Aarogyasri network hospitals within 3 weeks and wanted timely payment to them. Andhra Pradesh records 48 more cases, state tally 2,137. Andhra Pradesh recorded 48 more COVID-19 positive cases in the last 24 hours, taking its tally to 2,137. Of the 48 fresh cases, 8 are people from other states. Till now, 73 persons from other states lodged at various quarantine centers in the state tested positive for coronavirus. According to the media bulletin issued Wednesday morning, 9,284 samples were tested in the past 24 hours, Tuesday 9 am to Wednesday 9 am, of which 48 tested positive. Of the 11 cases recorded in Chittoor, 3 positive tested persons had a travel history to Coimbatore market in Chennai, while 4 from East Godavari district, who also visited the market recently, tested positive for the virus. Meanwhile, 86 persons got discharged from various hospitals in the state after their recovery, taking the total number of discharged patients to 1,142. The number of active cases now stands at 948. One more positive tested person from Kurnool district succumbed to the virus, taking the total number of deaths in the state to 47. Centre directs KRMB to probe Andhra government's GO. Andhra Pradesh disputed GO is intended to divert Krishna waters from Srisailam to Rayalaseema through Pothireddupadu PRP. The Union Minister's decision comes after BJP State President and Karimnagar MP Bandi Sanjay Kumar wrote to him on Tuesday alleging illegal drawal of Krishna waters from Pothireddupadu. Though the GO did not specify the level from which the Srisailam waters would be lifted, it is understood that their plan will be detrimental to the interest of Telangana farmers. As the catchment area of Krishna is higher in Telangana than in Andhra Pradesh, the farmers' share of waters should be increased to 575, Rajat Kumar said. Pay Rs 1,508 to all white ration card holders, says Telangana HC. The Telangana HC on Wednesday directed the state to provide Rs 1,500 financial assistance to all white ration card holders, even if they had or had not procured 12 kg of free rice in the previous 3 months. The government had recently decided to cancel the payment of Rs 1,500 one-time financial assistance to those who did not draw the free 12 kg rice from ration shops in the last 3 months, January to March. On Wednesday, a bench of Justice M.S. Ramchandra Rao and Justice K. Lakshman was hearing a PIL filed by Srujana Amangati that questioned the cancellation of aid. This amount is a pittance to enable the lowest fabric of the society to get on with life during the lockdown period. Prior to taking such an action, the government should ponder on the plight of the poor. The rich will survive, but the poor, if deprived of such financial aid, will starve, the bench observed. Telangana now a kingdom of riots, says Minister Harish. While holding a meeting with the farmers here on Wednesday for the first time after the Godavari water reached Siddipet, Finance Minister T. Harish Rao said that Telangana has become a Raitu Rajyam, kingdom of farmers, under the TRS regime. He also mentioned that the TRS government was able to resolve several issues which have been haunting the farmers for the past 60 years, thanks to Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao. On the occasion, the minister also distributed Patta passbooks to as many as 500 farmers belonging to Siddipet urban and rural mandals. Meanwhile, the finance minister also attended a municipal general meet in Siddipet. Uttam wants KCR to resign for failing to stop Andhra Pradesh GO. TPCC President and Nalgonda MP N. Uttam Kumar Reddy has sought the resignation of Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao for failing to obstruct GO 203 issued by Andhra Pradesh government. Participating in a day-long diksha at Gandhi Bhavan on Wednesday, he expressed outrage at the move of the Andhra Pradesh government to enhance the capacity of the Potireddu head regulator. Uttam stated that the Congress would approach the Krishna River Board and the Supreme Court to stop the same. He alleged that the Andhra Pradesh government plans to lift 10 TMC feet water to Rayalaseema through the Potireddu and Sangameshwara project at an estimated cost of Rs 6,825 crore. Uttam expressed concern that the erstwhile Rangareddy, Mahbubnagar, Nalgonda and Khammam districts would face severe water shortage if the Andhra Pradesh government succeeded in its move. Bandi says KCR failed to protect interest of Telangana. Revealing BJP's plan to continue the fight over the Potireddu issue, the Saffron Party State UNIF Chief and Karimnagar MP Bandi Sanjay Kumar questioned Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao for the delay in reacting to Andhra Pradesh government issuing GO 203. The Andhra Pradesh GO 203 gave green signal to lift waters from Potireddu to Rayalaseema. During a day-long diksha staged at party office in Hyderabad on Wednesday, Bandi Sanjay said that many doubts are being raised over the issue. Maybe there is a secret understanding between Telangana CM KCR and his Andhra Pradesh counterpart YS Jagannath Reddy, he said, while recalling how Andhra Pradesh Irrigation Minister P. Anil Kumar Yadav often talks about both the CMs acting like brothers. Explaining how the Andhra Pradesh decision will affect the interest of Telangana, he said, the erstwhile Mahbubnagar, Nalgonda, Rangareddy and Khammam districts would face huge water scarcity if the Andhra Pradesh government succeeded in diverting the Krishna waters to Rayalaseema. Coronavirus. Telangana records 2 deaths, 41 cases. Telangana on Wednesday recorded 41 new COVID-19 cases and 2 deaths, while 31 of the new patients are from Hyderabad GHMC limits, 10 of them are migrants. In fact, the number of migrant cases have seen a sharp spike in the last 1 week. This takes the total number of COVID-19 cases in the state to 1,367. A total of 35 migrant cases have been recorded so far. The death toll, meanwhile, has risen to 34. The bulletin from the Director of Public Health on Wednesday stated large number of migrants are entering the state from across the country. The evacuees from other countries arriving at Hyderabad by designated flights are being screened at the airports, and the symptomatic persons are being tested for coronavirus. All the migrant workers arriving by road and rail are being screened for symptoms at railway stations and border checkposts. Telangana procures record 39 lakh tons of paddy. Telangana procured a record 39 lakh tons of paddy worth Rs 7,129 crore from about 7 lakh farmers in 2019-20 Yasangi Rabi season, said Civil Supplies Corporation Chairman Mareddy Srinivas Reddy. The government has paid rupees 3,715 crore to farmers so far, he added. The previous highest procurement in Yasangi was in 2016-17 with 37.21 lakh tons and in 2018-19 with 37.05 lakh tons. But this year, within a short period of 1 month's time, the Civil Supplies Corporation beat the previous records, Srinivas Reddy said. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe Bayan Times. Stay tuned, stay updated.